What's up, guys? It's
John.
and I am Ken. We're another episode of the Speakeasy podcast, and today we have something very, very special.
I've been waiting,
Yes,
praying to the
waiting.
gods we would be able to try this.
I'm gonna have you
came
wait.
through.
I came through. I came all right.
You came through.
And before that, though, before I get into this fine bourbon, I want to say Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, yes, it's St. Patrick's Day.
Yes. When Irish eyes are smiling. Yes. Drink whiskey.
Eat your
on
Lucky
the
Charms and drink Guinness in California
Yes.
Coon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy St.
Happy
Patrick's
St.
Day.
Patrick's
It just passed.
This is the...
Yeah, so it was 2 days ago.
It was a few days ago, yeah.
Yeah,
16th?
it was Sunday.
17th?
Sunday.
17th.
It was Sunday.
16th?
Yeah, so it's Tuesday and it was Sunday.
I
And,
love me some corned beef.
some corned beef and cabbage.
I probably made it.
Actually, you know what? Maybe in between this episode, we can have a little bit of some Irish whiskey or something. I'll have some down here. We could sip on that, but
Should we do
it's going to
that?
be after that. Yeah.
Why don't we just do it now? You don't have
Well,
nothing
because we have bourbon in our
accessible?
glasses right now.
Yeah,
That's
that's
why, and I don't feel like washing them twice.
I know, and I've been waiting for this.
Yeah, and you have been waiting for this.
I have. So, all right, Woodford Reserve, right? I always thought that was like it's the old man's.
You keep saying this.
I know,
You
because
keep
this was in
saying
my
this.
head. I'm like, maybe it's the cheap shit. It's the old man stuff.
Yeah.
You know, the new school people, they don't really want to go
What does
for
it? But what are the
for-
new school people drinking, John? What are they drinking?
I don't know. I'm a newbie. I'm a
Yeah.
newbie as well.
I mean,
you know?
even if you talk, say it's Blanton's or something. I mean, come on, that Buffalo Trace, all that stuff's been around for quite some time.
I know.
So
know.
Anyone that drinks any of this stuff are fucking old now. I think that's.
And
the
then
whole thing.
going to Kentucky, Woodford was one of my favorite spots. It was one of my favorite ones.
It was
I tell
classy.
you all, it was
It was-
classy.
it was
It
classy.
was classy.
Yeah.
I tell you all the time, Double Oak is one of my favorite Woodfords ever.
Do we have? I don't know if we kept the little tops when we went for the tasting. They had all the different Woodford because they did something similar at Michter's as well.
I kept the Michter's. I didn't keep the Woodfords. I wish if I can go back to
Yes, you would have to do that one.
yeah.
And I got that. Actually, I don't have it down here. I just, you know why? Because I just cracked this the other day. I still have the glass upstairs of the Woodford Reserve. One of the coolest looking glasses I got, too.
I always thought like if Woodford was one of my favorites,
Yeah.
I'd be looked down on. That's how I always felt. But
No.
it's my Woodford's my go-to. Woodford Double Oak is my favorite.
That is his favorite.
And now you have
Woodford double oak. Double.
And you can't
Oaked.
find that nowhere.
Coming in at 45.2% alcohol. So, yeah, this is, from what I understand, it's Kentucky exclusive. So
Kentucky only.
Yes, and I sometimes people sell them as a set, and they did this last year as well, 2022, because this is 2023. So they did it last year too. Different label. It was like a white label. I have a bottle of that too as well.
Yes.
Yes,
It looks like a medicine.
Yes,
like
it does.
From like the 1800s.
It's like OG. Yeah,
yeah.
It's definitely OG.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is something that John. He is like a Woodford double oaked whore. So we went to my brother had a Christmas party, and he's like, "What kind of bourbon you got?" My brother's like, "I got this Woodford double oaked."
He had
John's
two
like-
bottles.
Yeah, John's like, "Hell yeah!"
He's like, I don't even know what it is. People give it to me, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's a good gift.
I was like, how do I smuggle this out of your brother's
Yes,
house without
it's
being
a
an ass?
good gift. Why not? Yeah, this is pretty cool. Secondary. This is here's the thing though. All right. Okay. I gave in. I make stupid choices, but it's something I really wanted to try. This is only a 375 liter.
It's
so
a small bottle.
it's a smaller bottle. And for something
Half
like
of a regular.
this, because it's Kentucky exclusive, you have to get it shipped here, all that fun stuff. You're looking at about $1.50. So for something like that, unfortunately, which in turn makes it's about a $300. Yeah.
Now I feel bad.
Yeah. Well, we didn't pour too much, but you know what, John? For you, anything.
I appreciate that.
Yes. Let's give it a nose. All right.
It smells double.
I'm getting vanilla.
Oh, 100%.
You know what's really dominating on the nose, and I wonder if it's going to be the same for the palate? Butterscotch.
I was just going to say, so obviously we always say caramel.
Yeah, caramel.
That caramel, butterscotchy, sweet flavor.
Yeah.
So is double oak supposed to be sweet? Every double oak that I have is just the sweetness. I think that's what draws me in.
It's all depends on the
It's
the sugars, man. What's being extracted out of it, man.
Can we finally, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Take it. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you for this. That was fucking awful. No, I'm just joking. This is really good, man.
It's good.
This
it's
is
better than when I first cracked it. I cracked this before we did the show. I told John beforehand, I'm like, I want it to breathe a little.
The seal's open.
No, I actually
wait?
wanted it to be open for this podcast because I feel like we always drink from the neck, and I just wanted to do something that we can really enjoy and get all that flavor and taste and all that fun
I
stuff.
really like it.
Yeah, it's good.
I really like it a lot.
Yeah,
I don't know how it would compare to the regular. I guess I'd have to have it like maybe side to side, but it's really good.
Yeah.
I don't know, like what I'm saying is like the double oak.
Yeah.
Between the double oak, I don't know if I taste much of a difference.
Okay.
It tastes to me just like the double oak.
I don't think it's worth the penny. That's my honestly. I don't think it's worth that price compared to when you can get a double oak.
A double oak is probably about $48 to $55.
Yeah.
I think I've seen it between.
Yeah. We'll try this. We'll try the double oaked after this is done. I think that's the smart thing to do.
You have double oak?
Yeah.
Okay.
Back bottom right. Right. All the way to
okay,
right.
I see.
Yeah, it's right there. So we can maybe try that and say, let's do a quick comparison because I'm sure a lot of people want to know and they want to see.
Do you think it's a scam?
No, I don't think it's a scam. Not where
they just throw an extra word on there. And
so these are like ones like the distillery will actually release special releases. Like here's.
Did you buy two?
No, this is actually a toasted oak 4-grain. So they will release. Yeah, they will release these little fun bottles and stuff at the distillery, but it's not for the masses. Unfortunately, they only distribute to. A lot of times from the distillery only, or Kentucky only, or whatever. They take care of the peeps.
The peeps.
Yeah. So, but this is good. This is solid.
I mean, when I do an old fashioned, I'll ask if they had Woodford.
Yeah.
I'll do an old fashioned with Woodford. If I'm at, like I mentioned in the Bahamas, they had Woodford as part of like the free bourbons.
Yeah.
I'll do that neat.
I was at I hung out with some old friends over the weekend, and we were in Morristown, and the one place was like, I don't know, man, they were charging a lot for everything, and they didn't really have many decent bourbons, and I saw Woodford there.
Okay.
It wasn't a double oak. It wasn't anything, too crazy.
Woodford.
It was just a regular Woodford, and I was like, I'll take your Woodford, and it was good. It was
I
good.
like it. It's my go-to at night. If I want something, it's
and they're pretty cool. They're big on like their derby stuff. Yeah. So they do those fancy bottles during
Did you
derby
see
time.
the one that just came out?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, they just posted this morning or yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah,
a new derby bottle.
Yeah, they're fun with it. I got suckered in the first time. I have a derby bottle from maybe 2 years ago or something, so it's somewhere in my collection. But
Woodford's solid, man.
Yeah, it's good.
I
I wanted to see your opinion on the side by side on that. Then when we get to that point,
like like you said, I drink it often everywhere I go. If I see that's what I get.
Yeah.
I drink Woodford at home, not the double oak,
Yeah.
but I have the regular. And when I'm out, if I see the double oak, that's all I get.
I think you have the double oak at home. You don't?
No, I have the regular.
Oh, okay.
The double oak. I don't remember where we were. Like every time we went somewhere, I got the double oak, and you're like, oh, here we go. Maybe when we were up in the Catskills.
Hey man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I almost
That's what
wish,
I like.
I almost wish I did what John did and just picked a couple good ones that he liked and stuck to them, rather than like me. Like I like to try every freaking flavor of everything. It's like I just want to try everything, and I follow the hype too
Mine's
much.
the fear of my wife, so
Yeah, she put the fear in.
I have to finish a bottle before I can buy another one.
Yeah, John, we're in Kentucky. You're never gonna see this bottle ever again. This is a special distillery bottle. It was made from the slaves in the back.
My wife's gonna get mad.
You gotta try. And he's like, no, my wife.
And then when I have one every night, she's like, "Oh, you're doing this now every night?" And I'm like, "I gotta finish the goddamn bottle because I can't buy another one until, according to you, until I finish this one."
Yes. Yeah.
Married life.
Yes. And those poor hard workers.
Happy
that made
birthday
that
to
awesome.
my wife. I missed your birthday the past couple episodes. Happy birthday.
Yes. Happy birthday,
Happy
Mel.
birthday. Happy birthday.
Yes, 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 yes.
So yeah, I was excited that you got this. It's still very good.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't-
we'll do a compare in
All right.
in between episode. Like when we let's finish this first, and
Okay.
then. But do you? I mean, let me ask you this though. As far as bourbon goes, as far as all this stuff goes, what do you think? Like, as far as generational, do you think it's like an older generational thing, or do you think it's like, do you find it to be something that someone in their 20s would like, or something that
Bourbon in general?
in general, yeah.
Bourbon in general, to me, is the new craft beer boom. I feel like the newer generation is bringing back bourbon and trying to be like the old folk back in the day. So there was a craft beer boom, which
Yeah.
is still going on.
Yes.
But I feel like that's calming
Is
a
that
little bit.
is that the masses, or is this you?
I think it's the masses.
Okay.
I do. You see, when we went ourselves, we saw young couples, young
Yeah.
women, young men,
Yeah.
just going for it. Like,
So let me ask you this. So do you think you would have taken notice to bourbon if it wasn't for this show, this podcast, and
No.
everything? Really? Okay.
no,
Because that's where I was.
I was dead set against it.
Okay.
I hated whiskey. Bourbon, the only bourbon I ever had, I mean, really, was Jack Daniels or
That's not even bourbon.
Jim Beam.
Tennessee whiskey.
Right. I wasn't really into
Even though it's
the
really
bourbon,
bourbon,
world.
but yeah.
And I wouldn't pay the prices for,
Yeah.
so. I mean, even day one of the show, I was reluctant to drink what you
Yes.
gave me.
I remember me and John, I don't know what we had. We were meeting. We hung out. We went out to Cowan's, and I ordered a couple old fashions, and John was
it
like,
took me a long
he's
time.
like, "Ugh,
I had
this
to wait for
is-"
that ice to melt.
Yeah. I'll look at him.
Now I'm like, I don't want ice. Give me what you got, And it's so funny because I want to try. So recently you went to the Milburn Standard with Jay.
Yes, yes.
And you did the Michter's
20.
20. Yeah.
Yeah, make this 20 year.
I
Check out that short. Actually, we have it on YouTube. And
Yeah.
I have it on Instagram as
or
well.
Instagram or check out our reels.
Yeah,
I would love to try something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, my problem is like the money. And not that I don't want to spend it.
yeah.
I do want to spend
Well,
it.
Jay and I mean,
it was a special occasion.
We do it every year.
But-
We'll splurge a little, and we'll just get something that is out there
Right.
or crazy or
But
something
I mean,
stupid.
I'm at the point now where I'm like, I want to pay that because I want to try that.
Yeah, I know.
Whereas years ago, I'd have been like, are you out of your freaking mind?
Yeah, I know.
And now I'm like, I'm down.
Yeah.
I need to try that.
I know.
You know?
Just make sure you take photos, because if you didn't, it didn't happen.
Said in the Bahamas, I did. Well, wait. So you did a Michter's 20 year.
Yeah.
It was a special batch.
It was just a Michter's 20, which is.
So I did a Michter's in the Bahamas.
But which Michter's was it?
It said 20 year on the menu, but I didn't spend what you spent.
It was a Michter's.
Yeah, remember I sent you the picture, and even Jay was like, "That's supposed to be a good. That's a good one."
No, it was a Michter's 10.
Maybe it was a Michter's 10.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it was a Michter's 10.
I spent $40.
Which is like
I
what's
will
back
say I
here.
spent $40
Yeah, it wasn't-
on a little.
All right, just to give you an
which kills me. I hate to do that.
just to give you a little idea, Michter's 20, at least on secondary market, is about $3,500.
Okay.
So it's a, and I'll tell you this right now, what we paid for per ounce was not what secondary was. It was less.
It was okay.
So we got a deal.
So you
on
made
it.
out.
Yeah, we got a deal on it. Yeah, because it's about $3,500 bottle.
Right. So yeah, then that's what I had. Yeah,
10
because I
year.
did a Michter's
Yes,
small batch.
It was a 10. Yeah.
I did a short of a Michter's small batch.
Yeah.
And then I went to a fancy restaurant and I did a Michter's a special one.
And it's a different animal. I mean, both good, very good. But I got more spice from a Michter's 20, a little bit more vanilla spice, nutmeg, slight hint of cinnamon, but more spice forward.
It's funny because I'm jealous, and at the same time, like a year ago, I'd be like, "You're out of your mind.
Yeah, I
Don't
know.
call me to come with you guys." 'cause
Yeah, I
ain't
know.
going."
I know. Milburn Standard, good spot, man. Good food too. Good for service.
No, I mean,
Everything was
and
good
then-
about that place.
I mean, kudos to this show that you got me into this. I mean, I don't know, kudos or
Kudos.
maybe it was
Remember
bad
Kudos the
because-
snack? Remember those Kudos? Like it was like a
Was that like a
chocolate
snack
bar.
bar,
Yeah,
right?
it was like a chewy granola bar, but it was like the chocolate coating one. You know,
Yeah,
those were
yeah,
good actually, man. I used to get Kudos all the damn time. But yeah, John doesn't.
yeah,
believe,
you're right. Michter's 10
John
year,
doesn't
yeah.
believe
Michter's
that I
10
know
year.
what it was. Yes, he's looking on his phone right now, and he's like, "I don't believe you." Yes.
Yeah.
So take that 10 year
Michter's 10 year.
and double
it.
that. Yeah, yeah. It's and then there's other ones like Michter's Celebration, like is like a $20,000 bottle. It's like
And I'm
crazy
almost
ones,
bad
man.
because, so when we talk Michter's, right? In your opinion, is Michter's hit or miss? So
Okay,
be real about Michter's.
okay. I want to be real.
We're drinking Woodford, but we're gonna talk Michter's.
Oh, I know. Why are we doing this?
I have a question.
Michter's. I like the whole lineup,
Okay.
with the exception of Michter Sour Mash. But here's the ironic thing. You've got Shanks, which is from Michter's, and it's a sour mash, and that one's good. So I don't understand it.
Right. So we went to Michter's, right? And I put in order what I like, and I kept them. And I remember when Dustin was here, I
Yeah.
whipped these out, and he's like, "What are you nuts?" And the straight bourbon whiskey was my favorite out of the samples, and then it was the American whiskey, the rye, the white rye. Remember they did it two ways.
Barrel strength was the best.
They did it the barrel strength. The sour mash was the worst.
The worst.
So
See your order here real quick.
So when I go out into the bourbon world, into whether it's a restaurant or even the liquor store, I look for what I like, and
You're missing one.
the Michter's small batch,
Well, you're missing one.
it was good. No, it was 6, right? Or 5. It was 5. I think that's it.
We had a Michter's barrel strength bourbon. There it is. That was the best one. Look at that.
That was probably the top one.
Yeah, that was the best one. Yeah,
So I like Michter's,
yeah. But does Michter's like you?
and I want to go back because we were so hungover.
I know.
I feel like I didn't give it a fair shot.
I think we need to reevaluate things. I think we need to look at our age, look at what we can handle, because we were stupid. We still party like we're teenagers, and that's the
It
problem.
was a special occasion.
I know. It was. Trust me.
Come
It was. Hanging out with those guys was a special occasion. But I think that, like Mike, our friend that we were with, was, I'm not going to have too much. I'll have a little sip of this, a little sip of that. And it was probably the smartest thing. And then when he decided to be like us, he's like,
left,
why did
yeah.
I just do that? Yeah. And because we went to that one piano bar and it got trashed.
Yeah.
So I think like either we got to drink a jug of water in between everything, or just do things a little bit more in moderation. But it's so difficult to do because sometimes you're just like, no, I'm having a good time and whatever. No one has ever woken up in the morning and said, I should have drank more. So
Right. Well, 100%.
yeah, I think we got to chill a little.
I guess my point, which is the same with Woodford, is reading online and everything we went through. I feel like Michter's is like it's either you love it or you hate it.
You want to grab that other one? You reach it.
My foot fell asleep.
Yeah, this might be good. All the way on the end, yeah. Let's just do it as a comparison, just for shits and giggles. I just realized there's no me and John both finished this, and I want to start talking on something. And you know
Yeah,
what? While we're talking,
We're backed up.
we're backed up.
You know what I mean?
Look
though?
at
With,
the
like,
glass he's drinking. Michter's. He's talking a lot about Michter's. Drinking out of Michter's glass. Too.
and I regret not buying that day.
Yeah, I
like
know.
they didn't have any. We were there. We went back, and then they were there.
I think you can order online now because I did check after the fact. Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Michter's is like hit or miss, like Woodford,
Yeah.
right? You either love it or you're
Yeah.
not love it or hate it, but take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Agreed? Not agreed?
I feel like I just poured too much, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He's asking me to shut me the fuck up.
Yeah. It's
shut
good.
up. Yeah, it's good.
No, I like most of their stuff, John. I'll be
All right.
honest. Quite
Okay.
honest with you. I like
All
most
right.
of their stuff.
All
Yeah.
right.
All right. Let's give this one a try. I still have the other one lingering in my mouth, so I don't want to rush us, but I kind of want to rush us. So, because I want to do a back-to-back on that. Just to see if that double oaked is worth.
Gotcha.
Let's see. The linger's not as much there. I think I got a better lingering of the double oaked. And this is a store pick, by the way. This is 45.2%. And what did we say this was? It's 45.2. So I guess that would make sense because All right.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. But it's just in another barrel. It's doubled. John's about to say, I like the double oak better.
No. I do taste a slight difference.
Yes.
The difference is not huge. I do taste a slight difference. I do like the double.
It's
I'm
the
not gonna
double.
lie,
It is
I like the
better.
double.
It is better, but people, honestly,
I think the difference is not that big compared to the price.
yeah. Yes.
You're paying double for the double, which is a smaller bottle, half the size.
Guess that makes sense then.
You're paying double. You're paying double for the double, which is a single size, a smaller size. But the double regular is just as good for the price.
There's a lot of doubles going on here.
I will go with the double oaked every time.
Yeah.
Price wise.
Price wise. Best bang for your buck.
But if you get a chance to try the double, I would not say don't do it.
Yes. And if you drink it, maybe you should think about drinking a double.
I don't know what we're even talking about. Did you get what I said?
Yes, I got you.
Did you get what I said?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. The double is slightly better than the double oaked, but worth the price difference, I'll go with the double every time.
All right. So back to what we were
There we
saying
go.
before. Now that we've done our doubles. And
Double.
Yes. Double.
Double your pleasure.
Double your fun.
Remember Double Man with the twins?
Yes.
The blonde twins?
It was like
commercial?
twins on twins.
Yeah, I like twins.
Yes.
Wait, I have twins.
Oh. So, back to what we were saying about the youth and youngins, and if they'd like the bourbon,
Youngins.
the youngins.
I like
That's
that.
where we are right now. We're
I like
the
that.
youngins.
The
Let me tell you,
youngins.
dude. The other day, I was at work, and I was talking to one of my coworkers. Her husband owns a restaurant, and he's like, I finally think I found my manager, and she was telling me the story or whatever.
19-year-old pot
I,
smoker.
maybe a millennial or something of that sort,
We're borderline millennials.
I am more borderline than you, but yes, I'm like that exennial kind of, but I technically I think I'm still Generation X. But it's he was saying how he hired someone as a manager, and they didn't have like a million managers. It was just like one main one to take care of things and stuff. And he was like, oh, this guy seemed all right. He seemed and it turns out he wasn't all right. And and then she was telling me how he basically said, I want to, if it's all right with you and it's up to you, you don't have to, but I'd like to sit down with you, because he fired him. He fired the guy. And he's like, I'd like to sit down with you and kind of discuss
Why you're being fired.
Yeah, why you're being fired, et cetera, et cetera. And the worker had wrote an email to him and said, I wanna really work here. Wanna. WANN.
I want to work here. I really like it. I like it a lot.
And he basically had said to his wife that this is the reason why I can't. He's just not that professional level. And I feel like the kids nowadays, they're so absorbed in their phones and how they shorten things. They put a U and they put everything's abbreviated and everything is slang. Everything is, and they think a lot of times that it's acceptable to write an email or a professional email.
Slang. Talking slang.
Like
you would text your friend.
Yes.
Yeah. LOL.
Yes.
LOL.
And I've noticed this when I had my business, and I'm sure John knows too, when he, hiring, that's all for what we did. It was a lot of young people, but it's almost like, what's going on? What are they learning in these schools? Listen, I'm the first to say I'll talk slang. I'll talk, we'll throw out our curse words here and there and whatever. But when it comes to writing a professional email, especially for a job, there's certain rules you should follow. What do you think, John?
I think the generation now, the millennials, whatever's going on, the 19-year-olds, the 20-year-olds, the 21-year-olds.
Which is that even millennial anymore? I don't even know. Is that technically? I don't even know.
I don't even know what they're called anymore.
Is it like Generation or Z or something?
they're all smart as hell, right? They're smart, but they're fucking idiots at the same time. There's no book smarts. And I tell my kids this too. You guys are smart. I go, but you can't survive in this goddamn world.
Yeah.
We're street smart. We're common sense smart.
Yes.
There's zero common sense in the new world.
Yeah.
Everything is books, internet, game. That's how you learn your life, is through a game. That's how you learn your life, is through books on the internet.
Yeah.
They don't open books. They don't open up this. They don't open up that. My kids don't get homework.
There's no work involved in trying to find out an answer to something. It's just Google, Google, Google. Like back in the day, we would actually have to open up books. We had Britannicas. We had all that stuff.
If I had to do a research paper, I had to go to I had 50 Encyclopedia Britannicas, and I had to go like A through AP, you know what I mean? These kids now,
Even though I have to admit, I did use Cliff's Notes a couple times. But still.
Through college, I'm not going to lie, I bought a couple papers.
Yeah.
From the smart kids, but
Yeah.
But this is the kids now. There's no street smart. There's no common sense.
Yeah.
It's all... They're stupid, but they're not stupid. You know what I mean? They can't
Yes.
survive in this world.
I mean, I do feel
But-
bad about some things, but yeah, keep going.
But it's acceptable to the point where you can sue, or I can make a case. Listen, I want to say WANA, WANNA. Listen, that's how I was taught. So you have to hire me. You can't say that I'm a bad person or a stupid person. You have to hire me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you know what? I think threw a wrench in things, John. And I think part of the issue is COVID. COVID happened. A lot of jobs, they lost employers.
They all got stupid.
No. They were forced to hire stupid. They had to. And, you know, you got a kid that's in college or high school, senior in high school or whatever, and they're like, I need a job. And they're like, fuck, we'll take anyone, right? You know? Yeah, I'll hire you. Come on. We'll make it work. I'll train you. Me and John were talking about this prior to recording. We were saying how when we first got a job, we were scared out of our minds.
God.
It was like, I got to make sure I got this right. I make sure. Okay, we learned on like these registers where it was.
Our boss would chew us out.
It wasn't POS systems. It was like, I don't know. You had to dial in codes for stuff. You want French fries? PLU.
Yeah,
one
there were
fun.
buttons,
Yeah.
PLUs. Yeah. And the boss is like, figure it the fuck out or get out, or I'll find somebody else who could.
We worked with someone.
There was no dancing around your feelings.
Yeah, we worked with Marianne Restagno. Marianne
called her out.
Yeah, Marianne.
She's not watching.
Marianne. I'm a great woman. I learned to love
She's not
Marianne.
watching.
She was great, but yeah, she's not watching. But
I have a great story, but
okay,
better.
or we'll get to it.
No, we don't even want.
All right, we won't get to it. But she told me she was the one who trained me when I first started working with you guys. She
Yeah.
basically did a lot of the training.
Really?
And she goes to me, you need to learn everything in your head. She said, as far as change goes, everything. And I said, yeah, but the register, it tells you. She's like, yes. But when someone changes their mind and they say they want to give you a 20 instead of a 50 or et cetera, you need to know exactly what change it was.
You need to figure out your change in your head.
And the way we used to do it, too, for orders that were not paid yet, like a delivery or something like that, we'd have to get the change for it. And we did everything in multiples of 20 or whatever. So we had to know if it was like 1133, that the change was going to be 67. Yeah, exactly. And well, you're more on top of it than I am. But yes, you start to know. If it's 890, it's going to be 910, right? So or no, 1010. Yeah. Gosh, I should have paid attention more. No, but anywho, but we used to have to do that a lot.
Yeah.
Where we had to learn, let me tell you, it makes such a difference nowadays when you have to do math in your head and figure out exactly what change you need, what I should be giving, what should I be getting, everything of that sort. It made a big difference. Thanks, Marianne, for that, by the way, because it in the long run, it paid off. But I feel like kids nowadays, they don't want to work. They want to be handed. There's almost like a sense of entitlement.
Entitlement.
Yes.
100%.
Do you feel like that? Like nowadays, they feel like everything should be handed. I watched. I don't know why we get these things, but we get on our YouTube feed. Maybe because we clicked on something or something. That Charlie Kirk guy, he always pops up. He's like ultra. He's like ultra conservative or whatever and stuff like that. And he gets a lot of people that call him out from these. He goes to a lot of colleges and they'll talk and. They'll talk about things like racism, et cetera, et cetera. And he gets a lot of, like, people that are just super naive. And they'll say, they'll say things, and he's like, you're not even thinking logic right now,
No, they're not. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. And the funny thing is as far as black goes and all that, it's all white people that are like, black should be whatever. And the black people in the background are like, no, I did all right. I did all right. I got coffee and bagel today. It was good. It was a good day. Yeah.
Thanks for sticking up for us.
Yeah, thank you.
But move on. We can take care of ourselves.
Yeah, no, we'll represent ourselves. Yeah.
That's the same with every community, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got the LGBT, and then you have those people that like stand up and be like, well, no, we want our rights. And they're like, you're kind of putting us in a spotlight. Shut the fuck up and move on because we're doing good where we are.
Yes. I've been fine tucking it in. It's
good. Yeah. Kids these days, and I look at my kids. Your son's still young.
Yeah.
My kids are now in their teens, going to high school soon.
Yeah.
They're fucking idiots. Your
kids?
Yeah. There's no homework. There's no this. There's no that. And to be honest, I mean, we worked our asses off in college.
Mm-hmm.
It meant nothing. We never used any of it, but we got a sense of street smart, a sense of book smart, a sense of I need to figure this shit out for myself or I'm not going to pass.
Yeah.
Right? Now the kids are like, well, the teacher says I don't need to bring homework, so I don't even know.
I told my teacher I got a boo-boo,
yeah,
and she said you don't have to do the assignment,
you don't
so
have
we're
to
okay
do
with
it
that.
anymore. Yeah. You missed it, it's okay because you had the sniffles. No. And I brought this up to my teachers, my kids' teachers at our parent-teacher conferences, and they're like, well, with the kids, what's going on these days, and broken homes, and they're stressed out. Stressed out?
Where the hell are you living?
Are you out of your mind? These kids and the teachers now are teachers from they're a little younger than us, right? It's our generation.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck it, man. What I went through as a student, I don't want to deal with that shit. So I'm gonna be easy on these kids now. Yeah. And now they're becoming
but
softer.
But that's the thing though. We don't want them to be just like I'm collecting my paycheck regardless.
No.
We don't want that.
No.
We want them to be hard on our kids. We want them to be
I want my kid to go home and write 20 pages on how the Boston Tea Party.
And that's the problem.
Something.
These kids are growing up soft. They're not ready for the world.
You know how much money I spent on buying in college essays and papers?
Yeah.
You know how much money I spent so that I wouldn't get lower than a C? These kids now, it don't even matter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
their parents are like, it's okay. Yeah.
I spent $50 to the smart kid in school and said, hey, can you do my paper for me?
You can live at home forever. Yeah.
That's another thing, yeah. Are we coddling our kids? Are we maybe we're screwed up at this generation. No. Your kid's young. We're only a couple years apart.
Yeah.
But our age difference between our kids are
bigger. John started young, yes.
Well, no, I didn't. Well, you started late.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Easy. But that's the difference is it's just the kids are coddled.
Yeah.
And then the parents, I see them and they're like, oh, God, man. My dad would have smacked the shit out of me.
So here's the thing, like with just to give you a good example right now about this stuff and how the parents, even at my son's age, they had this like little read thing or whatever. It's like a reading walk or whatever. They put these posts up with this book and every post has a different page from the story. And it's at the school, and it was part of his assignment or whatever. I had to do it yesterday because we're filming today, and I was like, I'm not going to have time to do it tomorrow. I was like walking in the rain. It was raining here, my umbrella, and I'm reading with my son. Actually, here's the thing. I didn't read it all. My son read everything.
Good.
There was another woman. I'm not a woman, but there was a woman there with her daughter that seemed to be, she was like, a lot bigger than my son, so I was like, well, she's probably a little older, and I'm going to each little area of the book, and my son is reading each one of the pages, and I'm like, damn, this woman is catching up to us, like Speed Racer over here. Thinking her daughter's like can really read well.
She's doing it for her.
She got closer, and I heard the mother was reading every single page, and I'm like, wait a second, the assignment is for the student to read the pages. I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, come on, this is not the way it's supposed to be done. This is not the way they're going to learn. They're not going to learn if you do it for them.
No. It's the entitlement of the children and the parents. And I feel like this generation...
Well, I don't even think it was the entitlement of her daughter necessarily, because she's so young. I think it's just that the mother just felt like getting the hell out of there because it was raining, and she's like, I don't want to deal with this shit.
Yeah. Maybe. But this is where it went wrong, in my opinion, right? Our parents were like the boomers, the baby boomers.
Yeah.
They had it hard, but easy.
Yeah.
Right? There were no parents to be on top of them.
Mm.
They kind of did what they did. And then they were like, you know what? I'm going to learn from my parents' mistakes, and I'm going to be on top of my kids.
Yeah.
They were on top of us, but they gave us the freedom still because they didn't want to deal with us.
It's crazy how much we were watched over as far as certain things and strict. Our parents were very strict with certain things.
Some of us were. Some of us weren't.
With certain things, schoolwork, all that stuff. But then, dude, we were young going out and playing manhunt on the streets at a young age.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They were strict, but they were still like, I'm going to give them the space that I had.
Yeah.
Now that our generation as parents, not all of us, not us included, I think, the parents are kind of like, you know what? F you. We had it hard. I have to work. I don't want to deal with my kid and their schoolwork because I'm working all day.
Yeah.
I'll get mad at the teacher. I can sue you.
Yeah.
I can. My kid's always right. I don't have time to sit and figure out who's right, who's wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give my kid the benefit of the doubt and screw everything else.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Our parents, our moms didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Our dads worked their asses off.
Yeah.
Our moms didn't
No, my
work.
mom stayed home. 3 boys.
Right? Now, your wife's at work right now.
Yeah.
You work.
Yeah.
My wife's at work right now. I work.
She works hard
For the money.
Dun-dun, dun-dun. Or
So hard for it,
a
honey.
little Dolly Parton. He's working.
9 to 5.
Or she's working.
But you know what I mean? So
yeah.
they're like, we have to work. So they're going to back their kids no matter what. And their kids are fucking idiots. The kids are idiots.
And I do feel bad. So
And they're entitled.
You're
entitled to shit.
I was in I had a few drinks. I did a rounds around one night in Somerville and did a little bar hop, and I ran
like a record.
and I ran into a kid at one of the last bars we went to, and
Like a little kid.
I call him a kid, but he was like a recent college graduate. And I said, he was brilliant. He was brilliant, and he knew his stuff, and he knew stuff about us. He knew stuff about how things change. No, about our generation, and. He graduated from my college. I was a Fairleigh Dickinson graduate, so we kind of bonded over that. And I started a conversation and everything, and we were talking about everything. And I actually felt bad for the guy, and because he was one of the few that is like, I realize how my generation is. I know how your generation was, but I'm just going to let you know right now, my generation is effed because we don't have what you have. He's like, I can't look to buy a house right now. I can't look to. Because interest rates were a little higher, they have been getting a little better, I think. But interest rates, home values have skyrocketed because of the pandemic and everything. So it threw a little bit of a wrench in things, I think, And I feel kind of bad for the kid, So as much as I kind of put some of them down, and I'm like, these assholes are, they don't have it as tough as me, and I sound like a grumpy old man. Sometimes I'm like, all right, you really have to evaluate what they've been given, what they have, what's in front of them, what can they do. So I try to have a little sympathy sometimes towards it as well.
Right. Let's talk college. We'll talk that.
All right.
Let's stop real quick. So I went to the other day. I work in Fairfield, New Jersey.
Yes, we know this. Yes.
And the other day, I brought my lunch. I brought a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh.
And I ate my lunch.
Ooh.
And then it was like 1:30, and I was like, I need to get out of the building. I
should
gotta
have.
go somewhere, you know. And Magnify opens at 2, so I was like,
What time's your lunch?
I can take lunch whenever I want.
All right,
but
so
I was
two-
hungry, so I ate at like 11:30, 12 o'clock,
All right.
and I was like, I gotta go to Magnify. I'm gonna go to Magnify.
But if they open at 2, how'd you go to Magnify?
I left at 2 o'clock. I eat my lunch while I'm working. I don't take a lunch when I'm in the office.
I got you.
I eat while I'm working.
Got you.
But like, I was so like, I needed to just get out. You know, I
Alright.
was stressed. I needed to get out, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna go to Magnify.
All right.
So I went there, and they just came out with this. It's called Pirate Plank
So
Walk.
this is a new one from them.
It was new, yeah.
Okay.
It is a collaboration with Seton Hall, the Seton Hall Pirates.
So these basketball players are getting drunk or something? Or what's
I
going
don't
on
know.
here?
I don't know. This is an IPA.
All right.
It's coming in at, it says a portion of the proceeds from this collaboration deal will benefit Seton Hall Pirate athletes.
So realistically, Magnify created it, came up with the recipe, et cetera, but they want to help out Seton
Yeah,
Hall.
it's a
so they-
Magnify beer. So anybody who buys this beer, a certain amount of percentage will go to Seton Hall, the athletics department.
Cool.
It's an IPA. It's, you know what? It doesn't even say. It does, but I can't.
Are
say
you
it.
a Seton Hall fan, John? After you read that, you can tell me.
It's 6.5%.
6.5.
I'm okay with Seton Hall. It's local,
Yeah.
right? West Orange.
You ever want to go to a game?
We've done so. Me and your brother run the girls softball. The girls basketball league, and we do outings to Seton Hall to watch the
Because
basketball
you know
games.
my mom's boyfriend does the seating for them.
Well,
so.
he does the boys at Prudential. Yes.
Yeah.
And I have a close personal friend of mine, Sal. His daughter is a cheerleader for the Seton Hall Pirates. So it got me thinking that it's college. We were going to talk about college today. And March Madness is happening now. I don't think St. John's is going to make it to the dance, but
St. John's. But what about the Pirates?
no, I'm sorry. St. John's is going to make it to the dance, but Seton Hall is not. Yeah, I've had a lot of bourbon.
You drink a lot of soda.
Yeah, we did. All
But St. John's will make it, so we're happy.
So I sat there by myself. I sat and I had a few beers, and I was like, you know, let me take this for the
yeah,
show.
sure. Let's see how it is, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing this.
Cheers. All right. It's not bad.
Goes down.
It goes
Nice.
down.
Yes. Touch my
There's
mouth
a
and
little
look down
bit
my
of
throat.
a little bit of a linger.
No, not bad though.
6.5, so it's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
I think it's okay.
It's a good go-to. Nice color.
Yeah, nice color, nice finish.
Yeah.
The
We haven't
finish
done,
lingers a little bit.
dude. I feel we haven't done Magnify in a long time,
Yeah,
man.
we did them for we did Magnify because they do all like the the holidays and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
beers,
yeah.
but
I know we should have got St. Patty's Day
it's
one,
been a bit.
right?
And when I went in, the guy was like, he remembered who I was, and he was
Oh, he
like,
did?
Oh yeah, because
It's like, hey, John, I missed
I didn't say
you.
John, but there's sometimes if I'm having a rough day at work, I'll go to Magnify.
Let me ask you: when you go to a place like off topic, like when you go to, so lately I've been buying like my sub sandwich. I get like a sandwich every week from this one place, Parati's in Far Hills. We got the I got the sandwiches the one time for
Okay.
us or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
and I'm like, when you go in there and they're like,
They know you. Like,
yeah, hey Ken, what's going on? I'm like, shoot,
Am I here too much?
I think I'm coming too much.
Yeah.
Where do they know my name? Is that? I guess that's not a bad thing.
No, absolutely
Yeah.
not. I
Yeah.
love when people know your name. I mean, this place, I think
It's like Cheers.
He knew me because I've gone on like a Tuesday,
Yeah.
and he's like, "We're closed, dude. We're not even open today."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Shit, I didn't even know. Can I just get a 4-pack of this thing?" He's like, "Yeah, absolutely."
Yeah.
So I'll go in at lunch sometimes. I'll have a beer. I'll just sit there. I'll go on my phone, hang out by myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a little getaway.
Yeah. I like Magnify. You know what? I used to
Magnify's
go
one of the OGs, man. That
there.
we
So
used to go
we
to.
used to go there every Tuesday or Wednesday. No, Wednesday. And I would go, our buddy Dom, our beer dealer, would be there. We had a whole crew there, and I kind of miss it, man. I'll be honest with you. I kind of miss it.
I like Magnify. Listen, I go on lunch sometimes. It's 5 minutes from my work, so
Yeah.
I'll go in there.
Yeah.
And-
Solid.
And I just figured, you know what? Let me bring this today. Let me buy a 4-pack.
You should have brought me an extra can. I would have given it to Roy.
I have more. I'll bring it next time around.
Yeah, it's all right. They'll probably lose by then.
I don't even think they're going to make it.
Yeah.
So this is coming out. The brackets and the NCAA tournament was probably picked a couple days ago on the 17th. This is coming out, I believe, on the 19th.
We should do some pool. We should do some brackets.
Well, that was my thing. So it's too late now because we're recording a little bit early.
Yeah.
But I think we should fill out some brackets, and then our next episode we'll go over what we picked, and how we did in the first round. Okay. And I think that'd be cool.
All right, send me one.
Yeah, you down with that?
Yeah, I could do it.
Okay.
Do we bet money? Is there any money involved?
Nah, just for fun, just to see how we do.
All right. Well, it's not fun if we don't put money into it.
I mean, we can do bourbon.
Yeah.
You know, I'm eyeing up some of those. That old Fitzgerald.
Oh, yeah. What are you gonna eye up? What are you gonna put up?
My St. Augustine distillery.
It's chicken cock.
My fighting cock. So yeah, I thought it'd be cool.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get. I know we're running out of time.
Yeah, I know.
Well, real quick before we go, all these NCAA athletes, they're getting paid now. Did you hear about the EA Sports college football game coming out?
No.
So, for the first time ever, you can buy the NCAA EA Sports college football game for your console, PlayStation 5, whatever you use.
All right.
And there's going to be college athletes in the game.
Okay.
And EA Sports is
It's like if you were to buy a NBA 2K7 or whatever.
Right, or NFL, right.
Yeah,
the guys in
are going to be.
So they're offering the college athletes, if you are letting them use your name, $600 and a free copy of the game. That's what they're giving you.
Okay.
So over 10,000 college athletes are on this game. It's insane. It's a huge amount. And they're all saying yes, obviously. Who wouldn't want the money?
I know. Even if it's $600, they're kind of like, well, that's pretty cool.
It's free money, and I'm in a game.
I'm in a game. I'm in a video game. I'm going to play this game with my friends.
Ken's in a game.
That's what they're doing at that age anyways. Probably.
There's his image in a game.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on... So, right, back in the day when we went to college, you couldn't get paid.
Yeah.
Boosters, right? It was illegal.
Yeah.
It was like a side thing.
Yeah.
Now these kids are getting paid. Worth it? Not worth it? Okay with it? Okay.
I think there's more corrupt things in this world that we need to worry about than
Yeah.
if they're getting a little extra money here.
So
and
the
there.
college is not paying them. They're allowed to accept money from boosters.
Yeah.
And they're allowed to do like Nike.
I mean,
sponsors
there's a way
and
to
stuff.
look at it like this. A lot of these kids, they've been training their asses off their whole freaking life. And God forbid they freaking break an ankle or do something before they could even reach the NBA. At least
It's
they have
over.
some.
Yeah, it's over.
I know. And at that age, all right. They know where they're going with their life. They know what they're doing. At least they can get a little extra out of it, and something where they can put their name in it.
So you're cool with that?
I'm fine with it.
If your son goes to school for like soccer, right?
All right.
And he's going to be,
He's not gonna, but yeah.
Well, if he does,
Yeah.
and he's going to be like he got a scholarship for soccer. He's going to be a big time player.
Yeah.
And the boosters are like throwing him money on the side, and they're like, that's legal now. It's not illegal. You're cool. You're cool with that.
Well, as long as he takes me out to dinner.
You know who denied it? Arch Manning.
Archie Manning,
Yeah. You know Arch Manning?
Peyton Manning, and Eli Manning's father.
It's actually Cooper's. You got Peyton, Eli, and Cooper. Cooper's son is Arch.
Well,
He's the next Manning coming into the NFL in a couple of years.
oh, I thought it was Archie was the father.
Yeah, but this is the college player.
Oh.
He's in Texas Tech or Texas. He denied
Yeah.
it. He's like, I don't want to be in the game.
Yeah.
I just want to concentrate on football. I'm not here to be in a game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just
Yeah.
figured I'd bring it up. College kids now.
I don't know.
Was college
It's
worth
one
it
of
for
those
you?
things-
Was college worth it for you?
College worth it for me?
You finished college, right?
Yes.
I did not. I went halfway and I stopped.
Yeah.
Was it worth it?
It was worth it in different ways. As far as my future goes, I don't think I took a path like as far as what I was majoring in.
What'd you go to major for?
Well,
Accounting, right? Everybody goes for accounting.
no,
What did you do?
that's here's the thing. I was an entrepreneurial major. So,
I was a hotel restaurant manager.
all right. So, with an entrepreneurial major is great because I became a restaurant owner. I did it. But yes, I used it even though I'm not one now. But the problem is this. When you are an entrepreneurial major and you try to get a job, anything else that's not entrepreneurial, everyone had the impression that I'm going to quit their job and try to start my own business because you're an entrepreneurial major. So it wasn't necessarily worth it for me
Okay.
And that along those lines, because when I decided I didn't want to be an entrepreneur anymore, when they see you're an entrepreneurial major, they're like, "Oh yeah, he's just going to want to start his own business."
I wanted to go for hotel restaurant management, and my guidance counselor, who you call it in college, advisor, said you should go for accounting. It's more broad, blah blah blah. I went for accounting. I left after a couple years, and college was absolutely useless for me.
Yeah.
Absolutely useless.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's on your resume, so But then again, I hear a lot of times with kids and stuff, they don't go to college and they start they start working for just a company on the low end, and say it's they do a trade job or something like that, and they start out with just helping out, doing plumbing or whatever. Who knows? Or even if they went to trade school.
Trade's the way to go.
Yeah,
that's the way to go.
And they come. You get out of college after 4 years. They're done maybe in 2 years sometimes, and they're already making. Their raise has gone up by the time you are graduating, depending on what you're going for that matter. Not everyone gets out in 4 years, and you find yourself, you're like, oh, shoot, trade would have been the way to go. But you know what though? It's been going back and forth. It's been going back and forth forever. So trade jobs were the big thing, and then all of a sudden it was computer jobs. Get a job,
cybersecurity.
Get something in cyber, get something in computer, get something, because that's the big thing. And then all of a sudden everyone got their computer jobs, and then the trade jobs like your plumbers, your electricians, your carpenters, all that stuff started to dwindle. The people who were qualified for that started to dwindle, and now they're the ones getting paid the big bucks. So big bucks.
I wish I did a trade school back in the day. Yeah, I tell my kids now, and they're like, "Don't worry about it. I don't even care about college. My kids don't want to go to college. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Go to a trade school. You want to cut hair? You want to do nails?
Well, look at your sister. She did the trade. She's doing pretty damn well with herself with it, right?
Yeah, very well.
Yeah. So
tell my kids the same thing.
Yeah, if that's what you want to do.
If my daughter wants to be an auto mechanic, be an auto mechanic.
But it's easy because with daughters, you could just tell them to marry someone rich.
No, it's not like that anymore. It's not like that anymore. It's not like that. Goes back to our conversation before. It's not like that anymore. The wives aren't staying home anymore.
Yeah.
Be an X-ray technician. Be something like that. Yeah.
Yes.
As long as you're home to cook dinner.
I'm
joking.
As long as you're back home to cook dinner for your husband.
Yeah, no. Oh, we're gonna get lynched for that.
No, actually, I'm a prime example. My wife.
I cook the dinner at home.
Yeah, I cook dinner. My wife is the editor-in-chief.
Yeah.
Actually, she's got a much bigger position than me. So, she's a director of content, actually. But yeah, she's for a company, and
my wife's like, make sure dinner's on the table when I
But
get
I'm
home.
not,
Yes,
not,
ma'am.
not
Yes,
for nothing.
ma'am.
But what man's not going to be like? I don't want my wife to make more money than me. I'm the maid of that. I'm like,
that. Take care of me all you can.
Yeah, go
Sugar
ahead.
mama.
Go out and work. Yeah.
Work it. I'll wipe some ass. You work it.
Yeah, work it. Come on. Go out there. Tell your boss that he's handsome. I'm joking. That's messed up.
Anyway, all right. Let's end this.
Come on,
shit.
whatever you actually got to do. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. We did a lot of stuff today.
But we say that a lot too, though, about our, with like our wives and everything. We're like, yeah, they make more money.
Yeah. Maybe she should have made me sign the prenup, but I'm getting the. When I get the, the new wife, the new younger wife, when the lease is up, you'll be paying me, baby.
When the lease is up. That's horrible.
Nah.
We're joking. We had a few too many. It's all jokes aside.
All jokes aside.
Yeah.
Shout out today goes to Woodford, double. Ken, I can't say thank you enough for getting that.
Yeah.
When it came out,
yeah.
I really.
Thank you.
I really wanted to try it, and you came through.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Magnify, Seton Hall. Like you said, I think we're going to fill out some brackets. We're going to see how we do with March Madness.
Go Seton Hall, even though John thinks you're not going to make it.
They're not going to make it to the dance.
Yeah.
Comment, let us know who you want to win. I'm a Kentucky fan. I've always been a University of Kentucky guy.
Yeah.
We'll see where they go.
We shall see. UConn.
We'll fill out our UConn. We'll fill out our brackets. We'll talk about it next episode.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's
Magnify
been fun, guys.
Brewing, love it.
We'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Cheers, John. Cheers to you guys.
Cheers to you guys.
Later.
Peace.